Let's get more reaction in the St. Croix studio. Pamela?
Thanks, Winthrop. Genevieve Whitaker is a human rights and youth rights activist from St. Croix. Genevieve, today's youth are tomorrow's adults. How do we encourage them to start thinking about climate change?
Thank you, Pamela, for that question. Begin by stating that in 2008, International Year of the Youth, it was declared for that year's theme that climate change would be the focus of youth for that year, although it's a continual focus. I look at this in two-prong, in one, a long and short-term goal. A short-term goal beginning with the exposing our young people at the school-based level from as early as preschool to concepts of the environment, regular field trips to various sites such as landfills, etc., exposure to environmental fields, whether it be taking them out into the ocean, and so on, as a short-term goal. Long-term, I see us establishing a system where we make environmental education compulsory, a part of our curriculum. I also see this in terms of what was discussed before in personal choices. We, the adults, setting proper examples of making sure that we also don't contribute to the downfall of the environment by throwing our electronic waste in the garbage, etc., and setting those examples. I also see that we need to look at the overall exposure. I feel that if our students are exposed to possibly maybe other societies, whether that means that we show them other examples throughout the world in terms of what the children are doing in other countries. So basically, overall, it's exposure and basically engendering the subject of the environment.
Percival Edwards is president of St. Croix Farmers in Action. From an agricultural standpoint, climate is key to successful farming. What are your concerns?
Thank you for the question, Pam Richards. As we discuss about climate change and our health and agriculture, food and water, all those is key. But then when you watch the Virgin Islands, St. Croix 84 square miles, the biggest one on the map compared to St. Thomas 32 square miles or St. Thomas or St. John 21. It's just small data, small island. And so when we're talking about climate change, just yesterday we had our 40th, day before yesterday we had our 40th anniversary of EPA Region 2. And with the discussion when it comes to recycling, to composting versus burning garbage and creating energy was the biggest discussion. And so with this discussion here and now dealing with public education when it comes to safe tires and dengue fevers and knowing that it's so important for recycling, I think we need to have some kind of incentive when we start dealing with tires and incentive that somebody could benefit from it. And then when we're dealing overall with our watershed, we know that the eastern watershed is dealing with NOAA, but then the watershed in the other part of St. Croix falls under Public Works and local DPNR that needs to address when it comes to engineering assessments and everything like that as we move on. So our watershed is key. But most of all, we got the biggest oil refinery in the Western Hemisphere here. And so we have the biggest oil refinery here, and the south side is so contaminated that when we're dealing with fruits and vegetables, if it's contaminated, we're doomed. So when it comes to public policy, I think our elected officials needs to address these kind of things as we're dealing with development stuff like William and Punch and dredging and bringing seawater inland. So the overall development of public policies and climate change is important.
Thank you.